Hey, all right, Akim Shalom, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well, peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord, prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom Barakatham. You can see it here, man. Just to jump straight into it, it says Biden drains U.S. strategic oil reserves to lowest since 1986. UAE warns not to expect any help from OPEC, man. And the UAE is the United American Emirates, or Arab Emirates, I believe. That's over there by that's where Abu Dhabi is, and what's the name of that other city? Dubai, that area of the world. All right, where basically all of the rich, uh, all that rich oil money, it's heavily occupied by all those different sheiks in Saudi Arabia and the OPEC nations, man. Now, this has got the U.S. looking stupid, man, foolish. Biden is just looking. Uh, he's the worst president, man, ever, man. I know every president you have, you say he's the worst president, but no one even comes close to this guy, man. All right, because he's single-handedly tanked the economy. He's isolated all of his friends. He's made more enemies, within a year than the United States has in the last 10 years, man. And he's made the wrong kind of enemies because America's been known for making enemies around the world, but they've always kept allies with strategic partners like Saudi Arabia, all right, and other countries throughout Europe. Now, all of that's starting to dry up. Why? Because Biden's out of control, man. The U.S. is clamoring to go to war with Russia, and they're doing it basically at any cost. They're doing uh, an irrational amount of sanctions just to get to Russia to try to pressure them to do something that would trigger Article 5, uh, which would be World War III, basically. Article 5 triggers, that's a wrap. I'm going to try to type it in. Article 5 and NATO, okay? The collective defense, and what that basically means, I'll say it here. Article 5 provides that if NATO ally is the victim of an armed attack, each and every other member of the alliance, let me just read this. It says collective defense means that an attack against one ally is considered as an attack against all allies. The principle of the collective defense is enshrined in Article 5 of the Washington Treaty. NATO invoked Article 5 for the first time in its history after the 9/11 event. All right. And so it says NATO has taken collective defense measures on several occasions, all right, including in response to the situation in Syria and in the Russian invasion of Ukraine. NATO has standing forces on active duty that contribute to the alliance's collective defense efforts on a permanent basis. So you can see Esau has this trigger already cocked, man. He already has the gun cocked and loaded, man. So the Lord has set this up, man. This East versus the West thing. All right. These nations right here. All right. They've been in tension with these nations over here to the east, and that includes Iran and China over there to the east as well too. Now Israel is part of the alliance over here as well, but a lot of these countries are wishy-washy, man. All right. Turkey, they're wishy-washy. They're probably gonna side with Russia at the end of the day. Why? Because Russia's right there on their border. They're one Black Sea trip across to Turkey, man. All right. So most people are gonna go against America, man, and this is proof of it right here because it says continuing to do the same action and expecting different results is the Einsteinian definition of insanity, but that hasn't stopped the Biden administration in the attack of its in the case of its attack of its oil/gas prices this morning, despite the Department of Energy service being reportedly fried. So all hell's breaking loose. They managed to report that the U.S. released 6.9 million barrels of crude oil from its strategic petroleum reserve. All right, that's the U.S. reserve for emergency. So Biden is trying to keep it quiet, but this is an emergency. The gas prices are running away, man. And the only reason they're not $10 right now is because they're trying to do shit like this and he's trying to use diplomacy going across the world. He's basically begging, man. He's begging for oil all across the world, man. After beating his chest, talking all of that shit, talking sideways to even his ally Saudi Arabia, now he's looking stupid. But see, what people don't realize is that this is just crude oil. Now you need more than the ability to just release crude oil. You got to be able to process it in refineries. So if you can't process the oil and refine it quick enough, guess what? There's no gasoline, and the gas prices are going to continue to skyrocket. Okay. And I think that breaks it down here. It says in the chart above shows the plummeting SPR is not having the impact on prices that President Biden hoped, which explains why he's blaming everyone and everything else for the rise in gas prices. As it becomes clear, it's a refining capacity issue as much as anything else, man. So he doesn't have the infrastructure to process all the crude oil into gas, man. He's relied on barrels of oil from Saudi Arabia, all right, and their refining processes, man, all right. So this guy is just looking stupid, and now everybody's laughing at him. Now Saudi Arabia is cutting deals with China, all right, and now we're starting to realize that the power, the hegemony, or the hegemony, however you want to pronounce it, of the U.S. dollar and its influence basically means nothing. Everyone is starting to discover this guy, man. All right. And the scriptures say that Esau will be made bare, man, because the dollar doesn't have the weight that it once did. Once the petrodollar deal is done, which it basically is, because if you sell into China, the second largest economy in the world, that's a wrap, man. All right. The ruble is now number one. All right. It's trading higher. It's the number one currency in the world right now, and it's backed by gold. So now all of these nations are winning, man. And China's having the last laugh. This is Obadiah 1, verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, Saudi Arabia, and prevailed against thee. All right, because it turns out that you need Saudi Arabia more than Saudi Arabia needed you. The whole agreement of the petrodollar was that America would provide military aid for Saudi Arabia as long as they made every other nation convert their currency to dollars before they can buy oil from them. But now we see Saudi Arabia, it turns out they don't really need that much military protection from from America. No one's attacking them, all right? They're making deals with China. The sheik or the crown prince, he's buddy with Putin. I saw them on video, man, smiling and laughing. They don't have enemies like that, so they don't really need the protection of America the way that you thought that they did. So what does that mean? They have the leverage in the petrodollar deal. And when Biden started talking shit about Saudi Arabia and how he's gonna make them pay for what they did to that journalist, that they're looking at you, man, like you ain't got the answers, man. All right. It says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And that's typical of this guy, Biden, man. He's a man that there's no understanding in him. He looks stupid. He looks foolish. And Yahweh Shemi Hawashai is destroying this place, man. You know? Call hello Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, man. Want to get that real quick. Let me see. Jeremiah 49:7, it says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Jehovah of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yes. Because why? How could everybody knows what a dumbass idea that was to place all them sanctions on Russia, all right, to cause them to shut down the 25% of the world's wheat supply, okay? The bread bowl of the world. Now, you would always talk that America was, but it turns out Russia actually exports, between Russia and Ukraine, especially if you include Kazakhstan, they all produce more than America does, man. All right, in terms of wheat. They're a leader. They're a lead exporter of things like fertilizer. You sanction all of this, man. They supply 40% of the energy to Europe, which is all of NATO. All your NATO allies are compromised now by these dumbass sanctions, all because this guy is just ravenous, wanting to go to war, man. All right, you see how the Lord is using His own wickedness against them to confound them. You know, that's why it says, "Is wisdom no more in Teman?" It says, "Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him." And this is the time that the Lord's getting ready to visit him, man. What other time could it be? This is it, man. That's why you're starting to see calamity fall on this place, man. All these Edomites are fucking through around here, man. The mirth is evaporating out of this place rapidly, man. People are juicing up, all right? They're on drugs. They're dying of opioids, okay? You got people just getting put to death in road rage incidents, man, because people are fed up, man. All right? People are drinking more. People are getting into more debt. Suicide rates, all types of shit is falling on this place, and this is not even the surface of the level of plagues that's getting ready to hit this place, man. We just have the ability through the Spirit to see it ahead more so than everybody, man. But a lot of you proud ass women that can't see it, eventually these things are gonna touch you, man. All right. Then that fear is gonna sink in. Then you're gonna seek a man of the Lord. All right. But this is the time that the Lord is coming to visit him, man. I'm going to skip down to verse 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself." We've been telling you who the Edomites are the whole time, and now prophecy has vindicated us as we knew it would, and it's proving to be out that this is the last kingdom. This is the devil that the Bible spoke about, all right? And all of his tricks, his sorcery is on Front Street. No one's afraid of him anymore, all right? Putin's not afraid of him. Their military, despite all the military spending, it's waxed weak, man. They have a lot of toys and technology, but they don't have the wherewithal to fight, man. They're gonna lose decisively. And you gotta realize all of these other nations, when you look at this map, I don't know if they have it on here. Where did I have it? When you look at this map, all of these other nations, they're really in cahoots with America, not because they like America, but because they get benefits from America. And once them benefits dry up and there becomes a large military threat from the east, what do you think is going to happen, man? All right? America's going to do something to piss all these other nations off. All right? And this is, let me get to it. Revelation 17 and 16, it says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast," all right, the 10 horns being the 10 nations of the beast, which is of basically NATO, the EU, including America, all right. "These shall hate the whore," all right. Now the whore, it would be America actually in this case, all right. So you have a separation of the 10 horns from the whore, because the whore represents the leader of this beast, man. All right. Which is America. All right. It says, "These shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked." All right. And America is naked as hell right now, man. Look at these gas prices. They looking crazy out here. America doesn't make anything. They don't manufacture anything. Not even cell phones, man. All America makes is guns. All right. And they produce debt. We're a consumer nation. Americans are a consumer nation, not we, but American. I'm not a fucking American, man. All right. I don't want nothing to do with you people. Okay. But you can see that you're made bare. It's like, wait a minute. America doesn't produce anything. They don't add any value. All they do is go around threatening people. You don't do anything, man. What do you produce? You know? America has become a giant liability on top of the world. Here they are taxing the hell out of everybody, via the U.S. dollar, because every time they print money, it's a tax. All right. Every time they print when they print trillions and trillions of dollars, it's a tax on everybody that's currently holding U.S. dollars. So they're taxing the entire world and don't produce one goddamn thing, or very few. But it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. All right, so that's how bad it's going to get, man. America's going to be naked. All right, they're going to take America for all that America has. All right, and then they're going to turn on her and launch them nukes over here, man. It says, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will. All right, so the Lord did this, man. All right, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And that reign is basically coming to an end rapidly, man. And so we know in that time Jacob's trouble is going to pop off like in an instant, man. All right. And we're going to have to be rooted in this thing, because this day is coming soon, brothers. All right. We're one economic collapse away from all hell breaking loose, and this thing just like rapid fire, man. All right. So I'll end it there, man. Hopefully with that, y'all brothers were edified. Call halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rachak Wadash, Wa Abba Babal, and Shalom.